Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I can't help doing it. Hello, everyone. I'm Sheldon Bartlett Rumor, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It TV. Oh, happy Monday to all of you. Happy Monday to all of you. Last week was a good week. It started off kind of crazy, but then it ended pretty strong. This weekend was very, very calm, which I always love. I never used to give myself a break. I never used to give myself my weekends, but now, and I'm not one, there's a lot of people that are like, if you live for your weekends, you don't love what you do. I think that because I departmentalize a lot of stuff that's going on in my life, I have a lot of different prongs of my life. As you guys know, I'm a mother. I'm in this beautiful home. I love my life. I love my life. And so I have to kind of departmentalize my life. And so I really look forward to the weekends because it allows for me to dive into what I got going on. Good morning, Renee. How are you? So it's not that I live for the weekends. I just enjoy them because it gives me another part of my life that I get to dive into wholeheartedly. You guys know how I feel about departmentalizing things in your life. I give 100% of what I'm doing. Hello, how are you? While I am doing it. So it is very much important to me that whatever it is that I'm doing, I'm wholehearted. So when I'm with you 100%. When I'm with my kids, I'm with them 100%. When I'm with my family, I'm with them 100%. So the weekends are good because I get to be with my babies and I get to get the snuggles until they don't want to snuggle with me anymore, right? Until they don't want to snuggle with me anymore. Good morning, Lisa. How are you? Good morning, everyone. I hope you are having a wonderful Monday. You have rested throughout the weekend and then you're ready to kick it this week. I want to start this week with the plan. Right? I need you guys to reference the plan. Dust it off. Reference the plan. Are you on track? We are going to the end of the first quarter. Have you stayed true to all of the things you wanted to do within Q1? How close were you to the benchmarks that you have made? Good morning, Candace. How close were you to getting to where it is that you wanted to be? We are creeping, right? And by Wednesday, on Thursday, we are in part of the second quarter of what we've got going on. How close are you to adhering to that plan that you created? Because I'm going to hold you accountable each and every day. I bring you that morning message at 11 o'clock Eastern in hopes of ensuring that all of you find your voice, begin to tell your story, of course, no longer whisper your wishes and scream your dream. And I want to talk about your plan today. And if you don't have a plan, I want to talk about that, right? And this doesn't mean, and a lot of people are like, I'm a free bird. I just want to do what I want to do. I want to just see how this goes. And that's really, really cute. It is. And I'm not saying that it isn't going to work and hasn't worked for a lot of you. But what I want to have happen for the majority of you out there is I really, 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 really want for you to adhere to a plan, not because I want to, hold you down. Good morning, Kelly. Not because I want to hold you down, but because I want you to reach these benchmarks. And when you have ambiguous goals, you get ambiguous results. When you're in a space where you're like, I just want to live my life casually, but you want to deposit a real check, that's when there's a problem, right? And I want you to live your life as casually as you'd want to. And I want you to be a free bird. I want you to fly around, being as happy as you can possibly be. But if you are one person that's going to raise their hand and say, I want to make sure that I have more exposure today than yesterday. I want to make sure that I'm depositing more today than yesterday. Then we need to have a real plan. And that plan for a lot of people scares people, right? It provides restrictions. It provides true benchmarks and a finish line, right? But that's the first finish line of many. It is the first finish line of many. I like to bring in my sports analogies, but every week when I was in track, I used to run a race, right? And every week when I was playing field hockey, I used to play a game only to get to the championship. And so what are those games? What are those meets that you have to run, that you have to participate in order to get to the championship of what it is that you want to do? And so often we are not focusing on the day-to-day of it and adhering to a certain plan. And we are allowing ourselves to wing it. And when we wing it, we don't really know what we've done, right? We can't even evaluate it. We can't even pat ourselves on the back. So this is not to stress you out. Good morning, Donna. This isn't to stress you out. This isn't to add an extra burden. In anything, a plan is to add the celebrations. Without the plan, I can't look at it and be like, I killed that. I can't look at it and be like, I exceeded my own expectations. I can't look at that and say, oh my goodness, that goal was too small. I'm going to aim higher. A lot of times we are creating these plans and we are thinking we're going to fall short. The attitude towards the plan in which I'm asking you to create is one of like, oh, I have to create a plan. Oh, it's so, it's going to be so hard when I miss my goals, as opposed to planning for the party as it relates to when you exceed expectations, when you have blown your benchmarks out the water. We can't evaluate if we don't look at it. We can't enhance if we don't look at it. And this is from a woman who was planless. I was planless. I was winging it. The majority of my career was based on my enthusiasm, which I'm sure you can feel through the screen or the device. And I thought that was enough. I was like, if I just show up with my energy, that would be great, right? And it only lasted for so long. The energy only lasts for so long. Your product only lasts for so long. The plan is what gets you not only from point A to point B to the Z that you are looking for. That's the plan. You take it one letter at a time, yes, but there needs to be a plan. And all of you know that when I ask you to set your goals, I have two ways of doing it. I have your tattoo goal, which is your long-term goal, something that needs to be permanently adhered to your goals and objectives, something that can only be surgically removed. It's your tattoo goal. It's a long-term goal that you can have, that you set your sights on. But in order to get there, we need a plan that's filled with what I call sticker goals, things that need to adhere for a significant period of time, but they're not going to be chiseled on your tombstone, things in which you need to do each and every day in order to get to that long-term goal. You need a plan filled with stickers that will someday become your permanent tattoo. I need that for you. And so often we are either one or the other. We are diving into the minutia of our day-to-day, not thinking about the long-term, or all you daydreamers out there that are only thinking about that corner office and going global and having your product in stores across the world. You're living in that tattoo. You're living in your long-term goal without a plan on how to get there. I want us to look at a plan, my darlings, not with fear, but with expectation that we will be celebrating every single page, giving yourself something to celebrate, keeping you motivated. And I know that it is, that's what it is for me. That's what this is for me, right? I do this morning message for all of you, believe me, but I do it for myself too. I keep myself accountable. I show up for you, and therefore I show up for myself. I adhere to a plan, and that plan truly, truly results in amazing things. I can evaluate it. This is episode, I believe, I want to look at my calendar, episode number 249. I can look back at episode 1. Some of you were with me. Hello, Lisa. Some of Kelly. Hello, you guys. Hello, Donna. Some of you were with me for episode 1 of this scenario. And I can look back and say, oh my goodness, my set has changed. I can look back and say, oh my goodness, 11 o'clock works, but doesn't work for some people. Oh my goodness, I was on Facebook only. Now I'm on LinkedIn and YouTube. I can look back and I can review how far I've come. The plan isn't always to discourage you, always to highlight how far you haven't gone. It is to literally reflect how far you've come and give you an actual document that you can use to celebrate your accomplishments, even if they're small. That's one thing that we do not do as entrepreneurs. We want the big celebration. We need to, celebrate the championship, celebrate the Super Bowl, not every given Sunday. And for me, I want you guys to celebrate the small pieces of your plan, right? The small pieces of this plan that have worked themselves out, the small pieces of this plan that you get to scrape off your list, that you get to utilize to your advantage. You get to look at and evaluate. You can't literally look at yourself and be able to look back and say, ooh, what can I do better? What did I do well? Without that document, without that plan. And some of you are winging it because you're not necessarily, I'm going to stick my toe in this and see if it works out. But I believe you deserve more. I believe you deserve a plan. I believe you deserve a plan. We believe plans belong to global brands or national brands that have quarterly meetings and those types of scenarios. I want you to look at yourself in the same way. I want you to run a Q2, which is the second quarter campaign. I want you to look at yourself as a well-oiled machine that deserves a plan, not to stress yourself out, not to adhere to benchmarks in which you believe you will not reach, but to be realistic, to tell your story authentically, to look at where you are going. Think of your plan as your GPS, right? As your GPS to get you to where it is that you want to be. The majority of us wouldn't wing it. We wouldn't get in the car. We don't even, half the time, even if you've been there 7 times, some of you are still putting it into your GPS to ensure that you know exactly where you're going, right? You're not winging it. And for those of you who are winging it, I fear that a lot of you are getting lost. So we're going to use this plan as our GPS to get ourselves closer to what it is that we want, to be clear on the benchmarks or rest stops along the way, to ensure that we are putting one foot in front of the other and we're getting closer to what we have dreamt to be true. This plan is not to scare you. This plan is not to confine you. This plan is not to say, Sheldon, this is all you can do. This plan is to say, this is what I'm going to do. And in the event that I cannot do it, in the event that it does not work out, and in a lot of cases that will be the case, we can look at it and say, why? We can look at it and say, I need more resources. I need more colleagues. This is what I need. I need more money. I need more clients. I need more product. I need better vendors. I need better suppliers. Without that plan, you are just winging it, and winging it often has you falling out of the sky. So what we're not going to do is we're not going to wing it. We're going to come up with a plan as simple or as small as it may be. And that plan ideally is for the second quarter of what's going on that starts on Thursday. Time is moving, friends, whether we are or not. Time is moving. And so many of you have pivoted in these uncertain times, and I am so proud. And I am so honored that you're part of our community here. Things have changed, and you have changed with them. We are outnumbered by people who were not able to pivot. We are outnumbered by people who were not interested in seeing this new day in a new way. We're outnumbered by those people. We're outnumbered by people who have no plan. And so what I challenge you all to do is to look at your plan, if you had one for the first quarter. Be proud of what you've been able to accomplish, even if it's just a baby step. Be proud of what you were able to put forth and say, okay, I am moving in a direction. I am moving forward. We talked about that last week. We're not falling down. We might be falling down, but we're not falling backwards. We're falling forward, right? Even in the toughest times. So our goal is to be able to take one foot and put it in front of the other, but to adhere to a plan so we know where we've been, so we can trace ourselves back, but also know how to keep moving forward. You need to establish your plan. Review your plan for the first quarter, and I can't wait to see you all reach all of your goals for the second quarter, which starts on Thursday, if you can believe it. We are well into 2021, and we are doing our best to find our voices, to tell our stories, and to scream our dreams. I'm Sheldon Bartlett Rumor, and this is it. Make sure you continue to follow, fan, and like us everywhere you find at This Is It TV. Log on to thisisItTV.com for more information. And of course, watch all of our episodes at thisisIt.tv. My goodness. We have an amazing event coming up on April 12th. It is our email marketing event. If you are struggling with email marketing, if you think email marketing is gone and done and something from the way of back in the ages, oh my goodness, I have so much to share with you. Can't wait to dive on in. That's April 12th. The link is within the post for our screamers, our members, and our experts. It's always free of charge. But for those of you that are not official members, it's only $25. So feel free to pop in there and join us on April 12th. If you'd like to become a member, that information is also found within the posts. It's only $49 a month, and you get to hang out with me all month long, as well as meet our amazing, amazing community. This Is It Network is your global digital TV network, connecting remarkable women to inspiring stories. We do it through our growing community, our engaging content, and our real connections. Let's look at that plan that we executed in Q1, preparing for the new plan and the new day as of Thursday for the second quarter of 2021. Again, I'm Sheldon Bartlett Rumor, and this is it. I'll see you guys all tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. If you think that this was important and something that could help someone in your community, don't hesitate to share it. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Take care.